How's it going, fellas? Welcome back to the Superb Word. My name is Jerome. In this video, I want to discuss what all women want. Every woman wants to be pursued. Okay? Now, when I say pursued, I'm not talking about chase. There's a difference. Chasing is when there's no rhythm to your communication. Let's say you reach out to her and she responds. You reach out to her, she responds. That's a rhythm. Now, if you reach out to her, she don't respond, and then you reach out to her, she don't respond, and you continuously reach out to her, and she's not responding, or she's taking 4, 6, 8 hours, 24 hours, 72 hours to respond, you're chasing. You're chasing her. She doesn't. If she enjoys being chased, that is toxic. You shouldn't even be entertaining that. But I don't think any real woman wants to be chased. I think it's annoying. I think that's the quickest way to get blocked. If you chase a woman, I think it shows that you're low value and that you're needy and that you're hyper focused on getting her. And no woman can respect a man who is easy to obtain. Excuse me. It's like you just want me so bad I can respond to you a month later and you'll be like, hey honey, hey, how you been? Oh, if she told the truth, it'll go like this. Oh, I just been fucking other dudes, seeing what's out there, and I figured you're such a easy win that I could just leave you on the bench and come back to you. I hope you didn't mind. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long, but I was exhausted. These guys was really out there. Whew. So it took me a couple of days to recover in order for me to get back with you. I'm being funny, but if they told you the truth, that's what they say. Pursuing a woman is when there's healthy rhythm. You reach out to her, she responds in a reasonable, respectful amount of time. You set up a date, she accepts, she shows up. That's what I mean by all women want to be pursued. Now, I'm going to show you, I got about 9 keys to pursuing a woman and how she wants to be pursued. And I'm certain that all women are going to agree with this. Okay? Number 1, she wants you to pursue her consistently, regardless of how often she reaches out to you. She doesn't want to hear, why don't you hit me up? Well, you can hit me up sometimes too. She wants you just by default to pursue her regardless of how often she reaches out to you. Now, if already you don't like how this sounds, fellas, give me a second. You'll see in the end. Wait till the end. You'll see what I'm getting at. Okay? But it's important for you to know how women want to be pursued. All women want to be pursued like this. Whether or not she does exactly what I'm about to describe to you is irrelevant. If you pursued her like this, if you pursued her and reached out to her and initiated conversation with her, regardless of how often she reaches out to you, she'd like that. Number 2, she wants you to maintain the same energy you started with the entire time without switching up or losing interest. Okay, so you might lose interest because maybe things get a little bit rough. Maybe you find interest in somebody else. She won't like that. She wants you to maintain your same energy regardless. The same energy you pursued her with, maintain it. Every woman likes that. No woman's going to disagree with me like that. On that. She wants you to maintain the same energy. Number 3, she wants you to pay for all dates willingly without expectations or rewards. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that she's being entitled at this point. Give me a second. What I'm saying, though, is that if you were the kind of guy that believed in paying for the date, every date, she'd like that. She wouldn't turn you down. Okay? Number 4, she wants you to be a gentleman to a fault, not pressuring her to sex and respecting all of her boundaries. Every woman would like that. Number 5, she wants to slowly find out through observation that you have your life in order. Like if you have a job, a car, you're responsible with your money. She may or may not ask you this in the beginning. Okay? May or may not. But once she's determined that she is interested in you and she likes you, she just might come out and ask you. Or she just might be the type to observe and see if she can see it. But if there's something that she can't see through her observation, she might just come out and ask you. Women definitely want a man who is accomplished or who is, you know, pretty much self-sustaining. Okay? Number 6, she wants you to have style and good hygiene consistently. Only dirty shoes that she want to see is your work boots. Every woman would love if you had good hygiene and you had style. Every woman. Okay? She wants to learn that you are a man of integrity, morals, and values. Every woman wants a man of integrity, morals, and values. Follow me. She wants you to treat her, this is number 8. She wants you to treat her as if she's a prize. Now, again, before you fly off the handle on me and say, well, I don't feel like I'm a prize. I believe the man's a prize. This is a woman talking. If a man treated you as if he believed you was the prize, you'd be okay with that. Not saying that if he didn't believe he was the prize, but you were. No. If he treated you as if you were a prize, you'd still like that. She'd still like that, fellas. Number 9, she wants you to only have eyes for her. Again, this is another one that they're going to be like, I mean, you know, I got to be real. You know, in the beginning, I know that, you know, you got other options. That's not what I'm talking about. If you as a man only had eyes for her, she'd like it. So this is how a woman, all women, would like to be pursued. Under ideal circumstances, all women want to be pursued like this. Now, there's 3 different motives to why a woman will want to be pursued in this manner. 3. There might be more, but I wrote down 3. Okay? 1, she believes being pursued is a traditional style of dating. It's a traditional belief. She is a traditional style woman. She cooks, she cleans, she's family orientated, she's a homebody, she has morals, boundaries, values, and she wants to be pursued by a healthy-minded, healed, respectful man of integrity. And she believes that's the man's job, based on her religion or just traditional beliefs. It's a man's job to pursue the woman. I agree with that. It is. By allowing a man to pursue her, it does show high interest and intentions. So, regardless of her motive, you pursuing a woman shows that you have high interest in her and your intentions are to engage with her. And she's going to learn about your values along the way. She's safe from feeling like or looking desperate. She can stay in her feminine energy. This is all traditional style stuff. A traditional woman, in most cases, isn't the pursuer. She's the one who's being pursued. Okay? So that's one motive to why a woman will want to be pursued in this manner. Number 2. Before I jump on to number 2, let me make a clear note that she only wants to be pursued by high-value men, the traditional woman. She only wants to be pursued by men that she values. So she's not going to allow every and any man to pursue her. She doesn't have options. That's not what she's doing. Okay? All right. Moving on to number 2. The second motive of why a woman will want to be pursued in the manner I mentioned earlier is she's a casual dater that likes to have options. Her theory is, may the best man win. Okay? Signs that she is a casual dater is she's outside, she's a party and club girl, wants and needs to be seen in order to rack up those options and just have fun. Okay? She's using the traditional style of pursuing as a manipulation tactic to obtain good quality options. So she's not going to initiate contact with you. She wants to be pursued. She hopes you enjoy the chase. And you might be fooled to thinking that, well, I'm pursuing her in a traditional way, so she must be a traditional style woman. No. She's using this traditional style of approach, or excuse me, of pursuit to only gauge men with high interest and intentions, so that the energy that she's bringing in or she's receiving is from men of high interest. It feels good. She wakes up every morning, she's receiving validation, admiration. It's coming with ease. She just lay back. She's confident. She just racking it up, right? But she's not always available to you because she's making herself available to other men. She is not a traditional woman. She probably doesn't cook. Probably doesn't have any kids. Probably hasn't had a long-term relationship beyond 1 year. These are questions you can ask a woman. What was your longest relationship? Some of them will lie and say 5 years. You was with somebody for 5 years and you don't have any kids and you're 31 years old? We've had situations. Oh, you mean miscarriages and abortions? That's a whole nother video. I'm not even going to go there. But she'll also claim celibate so that you don't expect any, as, you know, in exchange for your pursuit. She doesn't think that she's being a hoe by having multiple options. She doesn't feel like she's being a hoe by allowing multiple men to pursue her, and she's pretty much just outside having fun and half dressed and social media likes and all this stuff and validation from all these other sources and pool parties and blah blah blah. She doesn't feel like a hoe because she's not having sex with all of them. She's having sex with some of them. I wouldn't imagine what kind of fun she's having if she's getting drunk at the parties and then she goes home without none. It's like how I feel about strip clubs. You go in there, you get drunk, and you look at all these naked women dancing, and then you drop some money, and then you go home to yourself. That's just not for me. So I would imagine if a woman was out there dressing half naked and getting drunk and turning up and having men pursue her without having to reach out to them, that there's not one or two of them that she's not having sex with. She doesn't feel like she's being a hoe because she's not having sex with all of them. So that's why she uses celibate, so that you don't think that you are going to get any. And if she does give you some, it's her choice. But that doesn't mean that she wants only you as her only option, because she is not a traditional woman. Motive number 3 as to why a woman would want to be pursued in this manner is she wants a sugar daddy or a trick. Now, this is a hoe or escort, or they like to be called entertainers. This is a straight up hoe. And she's self-aware too. She knows she's a hoe. Okay? Her friends know she's a hoe. Her baby daddy knows she's a hoe. Her kids know. Everybody knows she's a hoe, including her. Okay? Now, this is a narcissistic woman too. She will reject low to middle class dates. This is the ones that you hear saying, we ain't going to Applebee's and all that stuff. I love Applebee's. Crazy. But she has inflated expectations. She deserves things that she's not even qualified to get or do on her own. She can't even afford this meal on her own, but she's entitled to it. Okay? So, you are a hoe if the relationships that you indulge in are transactional. And then, so, even if it's one-sided, where you just take, and you don't give nothing in return. that's still a hoe. What I mean by hoe, a hoe is for everybody. A hoe is like an open door policy. Like, hey, if you paying, then we playing. She's not concerned with who you are as a person. She doesn't, the only standard she sets is if you're paying or not. If you're not, then you're too low on this, you're under her standard. If you're paying, you meet her standard. That's a hoe. Regardless if she's having sex with you or not. A hoe is for everybody. Okay? So I know it's going to be women that say, I mean, just because I don't let a man take me to Applebee's don't mean I'm a hoe. You're a hoe, and I said it, because you fuck with anybody who's paying. You fuck with anybody who's taking you to a 5-star restaurant. You fuck with anybody who's willing to trick to get your attention. You aren't entertaining men based on who they are as a person, as a man, his integrity, or anything like that. You might like it, like I said earlier. Every woman wants to be pursued by a man of integrity and morals and values, but that's not where you draw the line. Where you draw the line is he paying or not? Are we going to high fashion restaurants or not? Is he taking me shopping or not? You're a hoe. Now, the problem is, here's the problem, fellas. Back to y'all. The problem is, when you're playing the predator-prey scenario, too many men worship sex on the level that promotes this toxic behavior. That's why women don't feel like it's needed to work on themselves internally and get their mind right and focus on the traditional values that we used to have back in the days. Because all they need to go do is get some fake tits and a fake ass and get some lashes, do some makeup, get their weaves all the way down to their ass, put on skimpy clothes, and voila, she's being pursued by men who are sending her cash apps. She's been pursued by men who have wives who want to step out. She's been pursued by men who just don't have any standards. They're not even trying to get to know her on a personal level or anything like that. Men are the problem, the initial problem. Women are part of it, but men have created this issue. This is why, for a traditional style woman, she doesn't follow these social norms. It's harder for her to date because men are going to feel like she's boring. I got it written down. They're going to feel like she's boring. She's steadfast in maintaining her traditional values. So men who lead with sex don't pursue her because she comes off as hard to get, too hard to please. Like I said before, boring. She's not fun. She's in the house. She's at work. And so a good man who wants to pursue a woman in a traditional way, you got to make sure you're pursuing a traditional woman. If you're going to chase this woman, if you're going to pursue this woman and initiate all conversations, she never texts you first, she never reaches out to you, you're the one, good morning, good morning, good morning, you're doing all that. You want to make sure you're doing that to and for a traditional valued woman. Not the other two. That's a waste of time. And that's the problem, is that men aren't vetting women properly to know that before they do this, it's deserved, it's worth their time. And that's why men don't want to do it. Vet the woman first, bro. Ask these questions. I did a video months, or I don't know how long ago, but it's called Entitled Women Hate Basic Questions. So when you ask these basic questions and she's like bored and turned off, that's not what she's looking for. A traditional woman would answer every question that you ask. I'm saying the same thing in every video, because principles don't change. Principles stay the same. Okay, you want to pursue a woman of value because that's what you ultimately want. The other shit is just eye candy. That's just pastime activities. If you're going to do that stuff, don't expect longevity out of that. Don't be looking for wifey in the club. Wifey ain't in the club. She at work, or she in the bed, or she in the kitchen, or she in the gym, or she in the library, or she in the church. She ain't stepped foot in the club in a while, and then when she go to the club, she's like uneased. She's like, she'll listen to music. She'll put on some Marvin Gaye at the house. She'll pour some wine at the house. She'll invite you over and cook you a dinner. Woo, that sounds fun in the motherfucker right now. Not all this city girl shit. Get that out of here. Okay? So, in order for, man, yes, pursue the woman. Pursue the woman, man. It's healthy. It's traditional. It shows high interest. And it shows your intentions. But don't pursue any woman. Vet the woman. Make sure it's a woman of value and traditions herself before you do it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. My name is Jerome. Again, this is the Superb Word. I give modern day dating advice from the aspect, or point of view of a super empath, an empathic person, opposite of a narcissist. But I don't play that shit. Ain't no manipulation going on me. Okay? It was good talking to y'all. I'll be back with y'all shortly, man. Stay safe.